And we are live. Hello. How are you, Chief Edwards?
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Good, good, good. And we are actually live on our 13WMAZ Plus app. So, I'm just going to ask you some questions and things like that. So, can you tell us, Fire Chief Edwards, what's been going on? What have you seen since you've been here?
Right. So approximately 10:50 a.m. this morning, we received 911 calls of heavy smoke showing around Waterville Road. Upon our unit's first unit arrived on scene, did obtain a large commercial structure that did have a heavy fire inside the structure itself. They activated a second alarm immediately, getting additional resources down here on the scene. Once they got here and established several different water supplies from different hydrants in the area, we were able to get the fire under control. However, the building does appear vacant. The correct address is 1945 Waterville Road. We're right here at the intersection of Waterville and Reed, so we're asking that the community avoid the area as much as they can for the next several hours. Our units will be on scene for pretty much the rest of the afternoon due to the commercial structure and the size of it, making sure that we have all the fire out that was inside of it. At this time, we don't have any cause determination as how the fire started. Our investigation team is on site and they're investigating it as we speak. We did not find anybody in the building, so it appears it was vacant. We are searching it to make sure there's not anybody inside. At this time, we haven't found anybody. As I said, we got approximately 8 units on the scene at this point, and as I stated, we're going to be here pretty much for the rest of the afternoon. So if people can avoid the area for us, we truly appreciate it.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Chief.
What's in that building?
So there's a history of refrigerants and things like that, but we haven't obtained anything that's actually active in the building. But yes, anytime there's a commercial structure fire, depending on what could have been in there in the past and things like that, there probably is some odd smell. But we haven't detected any kind of active containers or anything like that at this point.
And how many firefighters would you say are currently inside the building?
So we're rotating teams of there's usually 4. There's 4 going in, and we got 4 on a backup team that's going in with them. So I'd say probably right now rotating in and out at 4 at a time, maybe 6 at the max. So as you see out front, you'll see people there actually rotating out, and what they do is once they go in, they work their task, what they're assigned, their agenda to accomplish at that point. Once they accomplish that task, they come out. Next team's ready to go in and with their plan and their tactical assignment that they have from the battalion chiefs. So they're rotating that. So it could be as much, once we get the fire completely under control, there could be as many as a dozen firefighters in there eventually. But right now, while they're working on the fire and getting the fire put out, they're rotating in on teams.
Okay, and I'm seeing some carrying these tanks. Are these oxygen tanks?
So these cylinders that they're carrying are called SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus. They have air in them, and that's what they wear when they're inside the structure to actually breathe and have fresh air with their face piece on. Keeps them from getting contaminants inside their body and things like that. But also they have to, you're rotating them out of the trucks. They have spare cylinders that are assigned to the apparatus. So they're using theirs, they're actually swapping them out with cylinders on the truck. And then we've actually got an air and light cascade unit that's on the way down here. They'll be able to fill them up on the scene depending on how long we have to be here.
And what type of equipment are the firefighters using when they're inside? Like any monitors or big tools that they have to use to kind of make their way through?
So we do have thermal imaging cameras that they utilize to check for hot spots, make sure that if there's areas they can't see inside walls, things like that, that they can check on, and they're utilizing those. But mostly is their self-contained breathing apparatus. They are in there with a water supply line, 1 3/4 hose up to a 2.5-inch hand line, depending on what operation they're in on the inside. So most of it's just what they're trained with daily.
And when we first got here, there was atrium ambulance here. Do you suspect that there could be an injury during this process for either your fire crews or maybe finding someone inside?
So one of the things about any commercial structure fire, any structure fire that occurs in Macon, Bibb County, partnerships with community ambulance as well as atrium ambulance, we have a partnership whereas if we're dispatched to a fire scene and we have a live active fire scene, they automatically send an ambulance to the scene. So they're here on standby to protect our firefighters. Of course, if we were to find anything or see anybody inside that did not make it out of the fire, then they would, of course, render aid and transport if needed. But yes, they stay on the scene with us as long as we have an active scene going. So thank you to both those ambulance services for always having our back, taking care of our firefighters when we're on scene. At this point, there's no injuries, thank goodness. and they're not needed at this point, at this time, but they are here if something unfortunate does happen.
Okay. And
It's suspicious. It's a vacant building. Normally those don't just spontaneously combust.
Right, it is a vacant building, and as I stated earlier, we don't exactly know how it started, but as I stated, we do have our arson investigation team on scene, and so they'll follow any kind of leads or anything that they can find as far as what may have started, how it may have started.
And I know we may have some nosy patrons out there who want to know what's going on. What can you tell them, as they may drive by and they want to stop or get a closer look? What would you like to tell them?
The most important thing is that please don't run over our fire hose. It's definitely against the law. That also puts our people in harm's way. If a vehicle runs over a fire hose, it cuts off that water supply going to that structure. Unfortunately, if that happens, we lose water pressure on the inside. That can cause our firefighters to get injured, and so we definitely don't want that to happen. As I stated earlier, we're just asking the community, please bear with us while we're at the corner of Reed Street and Waterville Road. Give us a little time to get the situation under control. We will get the roads open as quick as we can, but please don't ride around the fire trucks. If you are in the area, please be cautious. Our firefighters are having to go to their apparatus and swap out equipment, swap out gear. Please be cautious, please slow down, and protect our firefighters as they're working to protect our community.
All right, thank you, Chief. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Any
Thank
other
y'all.
questions? Any other questions? Good? All right,
y'all
thank
very
you.
much. Y'all stay safe.
Absolutely, you too. All right, you guys heard it first here from Bibb County Fire Chief Shane Edwards about what's going on here at the corner of Reed Street and Waterville Road. This is an active scene here for fire crews.